Today's postcard is from historic Delftshaven, South Holland in the Netherlands, and the bells you can hear are from the Pilgrim Fathers Church, which is right here in this historic, wonderful postcard for you today. Evelina. It's a lovely name.
Thanks.
And we're in a lovely place. Much overused, that word lovely, like the word beautiful for churches. The sound was beautiful, the place is charming. All of these words. Would you say that sums up Delftshaven?
Yeah, I think so.
What is this place all about?
Well, it's a part of Rotterdam that is very old, as you can see. A lot of places in Rotterdam were bombed in the war, and luckily they skipped this one, thanks to the Germans. This used to be the little harbour of Delft. Maybe you've been to Delft? You didn't send a postcard from Delft?
No, I haven't sent a postcard from Delft.
You should.
But I think it's a good idea, and we might take her up on that, mightn't we? Yeah, we're going to take you up on that.
Oh, okay.
So tell us what the link is.
Well, this used to be the harbour of Delft.
Oh.
You know, in Delft, they always were, maybe you know the trading that the Dutchmen did on the seas, and well, they really needed a harbour. And every time they passed Rotterdam, the Rotterdam people were always asking money for that. And then, well, they decided to dig their own harbour. And this is the water that connects a very small river going to Delft, and the big Maas over there. That's the big river which divides Rotterdam.
So in other words, by building this, they didn't have to pay Rotterdam any more money.
Exactly.
Now here's a postcard moment for you. This church that you can see right in front of you and behind me is very important, but you'll never guess why. You know, on the 1st of August 1620, some people whose feet had been walking around here in ancient times decided that they were going to make a very important trip from here. It was the Pilgrim Fathers. Now, I didn't know that, did you? They started here from Delftshaven in Holland, and they sailed over to Devon, Plymouth of course, and from there to the New World, to America, where they founded those very important colonies that turned into the United States, the most powerful and richest nation in the world. So can you imagine that from this church that was originally built in 1417 as St. Antonius's chapel, obviously changed and modernized over the years, but on that day, the 1st of August 1620, the Pilgrim Fathers set foot on a voyage that would change not only their destiny, but the destiny of the whole world. And it all began from here. Well, what do you know? Delftshaven became a very important area for one big product, Dutch gin. And of course, to make gin, you need a lot of this stuff, and a lot of this stuff needs to be ground. What is it? We're talking about malt, we're talking about barley, because this is what goes into gin to make it really good, neat stuff. And some say the neater it is, the better it is. This particular windmill, this distillery windmill, was built in 1727. And during that time, there were 14 windmills along here. It's actually been moved, however, because they built some modern flats just along. And for it still to be a working windmill, they moved it along, not very much, but just enough for the sails to catch the wind so it would continue working. It's seen a lot of history, this place. It was burnt down. The anti-aircraft guns caught fire. This whole place went up on the 11th of May 1940, and it had to be reconstructed. And it was between 1984 and 1987 that the place was rebuilt. Some real good history here at a mere cost of £500,000. But I think it's worth it.